Happy Friday. I hope everyone's had a great week, a great couple of weeks actually. I didn't go live last week. All right, there we go. Hopefully we'll get some people in. I just had to publish. Ooh, it was my first work day today. First day back to work is always tough, but today wasn't too terrible. It was okay. At least I feel like I'm all caught up and ready to go. All right. Awesome. I want to make sure that my page is muted. Let's see. Yeah, it should be. All right. It is full moon tonight. So I have a couple of decks, Queen of the Moon Oracle and my newest Oráculo Lunar. So I plan to use both of those. Hi Lori, how are you? Welcome in. How's everything going? I should have opened the chat. I didn't do that. I didn't open the chat. Let me see. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Karen Suki. Hi, Eunartha. Your favorite time of the week. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Desiree's here too. Oh, you have your shirt on? We're matchy matchy. Hi, Ashish. How are you? Welcome in. Now we just need Chip to come in. Let's see. I gotta pop out the chat. And there we go. I want to make this live chats so that I see everybody. Hey, Sambalina, welcome in. How are you? You're new here? Well, you're welcome to come in and hang out. That's pretty much what we do on Fridays. And I brought out a couple of decks for the full moon today for anybody that does moon work. And I brought some goodies to show from the trip, so we can do all those things. And then I saw Ashish put in first call there for a reading. I can do a quick reading for you, Ashish, and then I can, move on to everything else. So let's see. All right, the chat is moving, so let me come over here, Ashish. Okay, do I need to move on from the connection between Lavisha and I? Last time I spoke to her was September of 2024. Okay, all right. All right, Ashish, I'm gonna do that for you real quick, and then I'm gonna start unboxing. So we're gonna use this deck right here. I feel like last time I used Quiet Rebel, so I'm going to use a different deck today. All right, let's see here. This is called I Am the Artist. The artwork is very quirky, but I actually like it. I still feel a strong connection. Hey, Freeze Nova, how are you? This is a tarot channel, so, if that's your thing, you're welcome to hang out. I'm going to be doing I'm reading for my friend Ashish, and then I'm going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing. All right. Ashish, 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 Ashish. Ashish is having a hard time moving on. Why? Why is that? Why? You know what, Ashish? We gotta pause because we gotta light our candle. We have to call in spirit. So we're gonna pause for just a moment so that we can prepare. Let me see. You... Oh my gosh, Eunartha. You keep blessing me and blessing me. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much, Eunartha. Thank you. Ah, Jaggerbush, hi, how are you? Miri Socking, hi, welcome in. All right, so let me get my candle going. I always like to trim the wick a little bit. I feel like it's less unruly that way. Thank you. Hi, Chanel Lanky. Welcome in. Let me get our candle going. There we go. And I set that there. And actually, I have, hold on. It is the full, here it is. It's the full moon. So we're going to use our full moon mist. It is a full moon mist. So this is made, I bought this at a metaphysical shop on the coast in Florida. And this is frankincense, sandalwood, rose, sweet orange, clear quartz, rose quartz, and obsidian. And it just, these smell so good. I do need to make another trip because I want to replenish some of this stuff. So let's see. I love this one. I have one for the new moon, but like this one is my favorite. It's so good. Beautiful. All right, so we missed it. We got our candle. We're gonna bring some sound in. Sounds good, Eunartha. Thank you. Hi, Gen X Effect. Oh my God, Clint, you made me laugh the other day. I went to Truth Wave, to say that I was getting on the plane, and I was like wanting everybody's like, positive vibes for a safe trip home. And so I ended up getting First Love. And I also got Flyby. And then you said in the chat, you said that something about like I was like truly flying by. It was so funny. I was laughing. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Ring my bell. That's such a great song. That's a perfect Friday song too. Kick off the weekend. Yeah, literally. Yep, that was so good. Hi, Jackson. How are you? Yeah, I was cracking up when I saw that. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna do this quick reading for let me see. Okay, I need to move on from the connection between Lavisha. The last time I spoke to her was September 2024. So it's been going on 2 years, but Ashish still has very strong feelings. Ooh, support, love and support. What is it? He says, salute. So yes, that's for my friend Chippy. You know what? Speaking of Chip, right? I picked up the copy. So let me show you real quick. I'm moving around a lot. I picked up a copy of his book. So it's right here inside the city. And I read this on the flight. Okay, sorry about that. I read this on the flight and I finished the whole book, like literally. And it's hard for me to do that, to read so much, but it was so it really pulls you in. The story really pulls you in. And so as soon as the plane landed, I wrote to Chip right away and I was like, when is volume 2? When is volume 2 coming? It was so good. I can't wait to read it. He's in the process of writing volume 2, but he does have volume 1. And I just picked it up on Amazon because I wanted to support him. And he was so happy. So he sent me the shirt. So he's a cutie. Did I thought I saw Michael Stevens. Hold on, is my chat behind? Yes, sorry. Hi, Michael Stevens. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. All right. Coco, hi, how are you? Oh, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping in. I love what you've been doing on your channel. You have a handful of his shirts. Yeah, he's good people. Yeah, I agree. And he even remembered. I was like, Chip, purple is my favorite color. And he was like, I know, I remembered. And I was just like, ah, so good. Okay, Ashish, you're still here. I know you are. I'm gonna read real quick for Ashish, and then I want to show you what some of the things that Desiree and I picked up in Arkansas. So Arkansas was cool. It was very small, quaint, laid back little town. We met a lot of fun people. Oh, that would be good. Yeah, that would be good. All right, Ashish, you're still here, right? Ashish, I know. I said I was gonna read for you and I got distracted. So yes, okay. Ashish, the first card is right here. So this tells me this is a heavy card, right? This is one of the heaviest in the deck when it comes to love and relationships, even though this is a card connected to the suit of air, swords, which is thought, mental clarity, right? And this um and this card is the card that we see sometimes when there's heartbreak. And I can tell just from the fact that you continue to have these strong feelings for this person, and it's been almost 2 years, and you're struggling. It's like I feel like you've gotten, and this could be why we're getting this air energy, is because you are thinking about it, right? Maybe you were ruminating, maybe not, but I think you're definitely thinking about it and you're starting to see, I need to move on from this, right? I need to move on from this. So, what message, Spirit, what message can I, share with? Because we all know that moving on from a love, especially a love that was close to home, is not easy. And, it's not easy and it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes time. Okay, so we have page energy coming in. This is page of rods. This will be wands or fire energy. And page, is like fresh new energy. And with it being the rods or the wands or fire, it could be like maybe suggesting that you could throw yourself into something new that could possibly help you move on from that situation in the past. And I feel like because the page of rods, like this element of fire, it's connected to, it's like that energy type that is very charismatic and bold, and a little bit courageous. Definitely the type of energy that gets attention. And I almost, as I'm telling you this, I almost feel like I've pulled this card for you before. And I feel like you have something to share. You bring something to the table. But right now, if you continue like in that past, then you're not able to tap on to this energy or to move forward. This card for me is suggesting a new beginning. Sometimes the page can also be considered like a new incoming message, right? And because it's connected to fire, I just kind of feel like this, there has to be a new motivation for you to move forward. So how can you do this? Maybe this is putting yourself outside of your comfort zone. Maybe this is joining a new group, starting a new hobby, something where you could meet other people. Like if you have an interest, if you enjoy a sport, uh, perhaps getting out there and finding what other groups have different meetups or activities where you could potentially just even, you know, create new friendships. Sometimes you join these groups thinking you're going to meet somebody else, right? A romantic situation, but sometimes what it does is opens the door to make new friends. And then when you start doing stuff with those new friends, they propose new things to you. And I'll give you an example. I At one point I joined a cycling group, and I was cycling with this group for quite a bit of time, and just spending time with this group, all of a sudden I started to get invited to do other things. Like, oh, this these people are gonna go kayaking, do you want to come? Oh, we're planning an overnight camping trip. We're gonna go hiking for the day. Do you want to come? So just because I joined the cycling group, which is what I knew, I ended up getting exposed to a lot of other things and started meeting a lot more people. So that's kind of like what I want you to think about in your own terms. Like for you, what could you do when you're, out there? I feel like the page of rods wants to motivate you to do something that is completely different for you. Okay? So, let's see. We pull out a final card for right here. Um, this is gonna be hard for you, Ashish. This is gonna be hard for you, and this is the card that I just pulled out, the Hanged One, right? This is a major arcana card, and this card suggests being stuck, almost like being in limbo while you process things in your mind. But part of that process is going to require for you got to let something else go in order to be ready to move forward. And I feel like that's why this card is coming up. What I'm suggesting to you is to get out there and do something different, do something bold, something new, put yourself out there, right? But in order to do that, you're going to have to let go of whatever it is right now that you're holding on to. Sometimes when you have a relationship or an experience with another person, as time goes on, you tend to romanticize that experience. And so maybe what you need to do is take a good hard look at what are some of the things that you learned from that relationship that you perhaps want to find in a new relationship and find a way to pivot it into something new versus looking back. I'm gonna pause there because that's a lot of information. So I wanna, check in with you and see, um, if you have any any thoughts on any of that. Eunartha, I just remembered I have a I do have a read question today. Can I join the list? Yes. So I have you and Michael. So I'm just waiting to hear back from Ashish. And so Michael, how much time do you have today? Tell me that because I wanted to be able to show you some of the things that I picked up. Yes, I'm moving on. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's important. You have. Okay. All right. So, thank you for that, Michael. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. And then Ashish, um, Alvin, hi, how are you? Oh my God, it must be late over there. Thanks for coming in. How are you today? It's good to see you. Uh, so yeah, I think oh, a movie, Truly, Madly, Deeply. Oh, I love that. I feel like I would want to watch that as well. Hi, Trista. How are you? It's good to see you. Always here at work. Oh, yeah. Somebody has to keep the guests happy. Oh, yeah. So, Ashish, it's I know what I'm suggesting to you is not easy by any means, but I definitely think it's going to be worth it. And I feel like if anything, this suggests keep going, keep doing what you're doing, keep trying to find a way forward, a path forward. And obviously, and I think that you know this, that we have to like learn from our um previous situations. You have to learn and integrate. You integrate the lesson, and then you heal and you recover and you move on. Hey John, how are you? Yes, you can ask questions. I do have a list, and shame on me, I did not bring my notebook. Hold on one second. Oh, I have like 1,000 books over here. What the hell? I got books. I got books right here. Here, I'm gonna break in this journal. Ta! You see how shiny? Are my spells working? I didn't do them. Okay, let's see. All right, so let me move this. And I'll get my pen. All right. Oh, it came with stickers and everything. How cute. All right. Pablo Neruda from his poem La Muerte. But the point is how we romanticize prior relationships sometimes. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That's spot on. That is spot on. All right, let me see. Okay, so I just read for Ashish, and I want to write down the name of the movie that Karen said, Truly, Madly, Deeply. Truly, Madly, Deeply. Oop. Okay, and then after that was Michael Stevens, and Eunartha is gonna get bumped because Eunartha made a donation. Eunartha, tell me what your question was, my lovely Eunartha. Tell me what your question was. Ashish was a relationship. And Alan Rickman. Ooh, okay. I want to watch that movie. I hope there's like a thousand different streaming platforms. I hope I find it on one of the platforms. I didn't know you moderated for another. Um, oh, because Michael Stevens, I was at Bill's channel the other day and then I found you in there. So, okay. Um, all right. My sister's having surgery on Monday. Just want to see what the energy is around the procedure and recovery. All right. So I'm gonna read around that one very carefully, okay? Too close. Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna read very carefully around that because with matters of health, it's complicated, and I would never want to say one thing and then turns out something completely different. So let me see. Oh, he was a wizard in Harry Potter? Oh my God. All right, so Michael, I'm gonna read for you, Eunartha, real quick. Slytherin. Ooh, so one of Snape's. One of Snape's. Oh my gosh, Alvin! Awesome, thank you so much. That's so cool. Yay. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you for blessing me. Hi, Amia. How are you? Welcome in. How you feeling? You recovered from your surgery? I hope you're doing good. All right, so this is for Eunartha. Okay, Eunartha. Message for Eunartha. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Hold on. I'm gonna pause. So, the emojis. Oh, he was Snape. Oh, I like Snape. I like him. I've seen him in other movies before. It's hard not to see him as Snape though. But yeah. Oh, thank you for telling me that. Okay. All right. Eunartha, I'm gonna pause because what's coming out is a lot of water energy. So it's very I could tell obviously that it's gonna be very emotional. It's gonna be very emotional. And like the first card that came out is right here. King of Cups. This card is really cool. Hey Fatima, how are you? It's good to see you. King of Cups. And I feel like you're gonna have to be the strong one. You may have to be the strong one in this situation, which is gonna be hard. It's not an easy task because there's a lot of emotions, a wave of emotions, a flood of emotions. And so you may have to be the one that kind of reels everybody in. And then after that, look what we got, the page of cups. Um, so I definitely, with these cards, I'm feeling like there's going to be a lot of emotions and there's going to be people that have a difficult time managing emotions during times like that. And that you may need to be the one that, like the glue that holds everybody together and that says the positive thing and that and this is not easy because sometimes we have to like swallow what we're going through in that moment to be brave and be strong for somebody else. But I feel like that might be you in this situation. So I'm gonna pull out a card from this deck. This is an oracle deck and it's called Soulflower. I'm gonna pull one from here and see what energy comes out. Angela May, how are you? How are you? They couldn't find the opening of my kidney. Oh, no. That's terrible. Any good news this month? Angela May, I'm going to put you on the list, okay? I can't believe how fast the time flies because I was thinking, like, didn't I read for you that same question? But literally, that was for April. And today's already May the 1st. So, okay, let's pull out a message of support for Eunartha. Ooh, I don't know if you're familiar with this herb, hellebore. This is hellebore, and I don't know if you see the key word there, empowerment. Empowerment. So let's see. Hellebore wants you to know how powerful you truly are and to help you tap into your innate female wisdom. You know what you need to do. It is time to honor yourself. Stop hiding and stand in your own magnificent light with your head held high. Give yourself permission to connect with your heart and lead the way. So, definitely, again, that feeling of, or that message of taking the lead in this situation, which I know is going to be tough. Let me know if you're still there. Bye, Desiree. Break a leg. Break a leg on the play. I know what to do. Okay, Eunartha. I'll be rooting for you. And at any point, like on the day of the surgery, go into Truth Wave and you can totally ask them to, during the meditation, they will do, Victor calls it nuke, like nuking the person with just love and support and positive energy on the day of the surgery. So don't forget to do that. And if a lot of times these surgeries are scheduled for early morning, I think you might be in the same time zone or maybe a different time zone from Victor. But if anything, you just ask the night before. I'm sure Victor would be happy to do that. He even puts um what do you call emoji. There's a little emoji on his um on his channel, and it's for nuking, nuking somebody, but instead of like a negative, it would be for positive. The same town as Victor. Okay, so then they're in the same time zone, so you probably want to go in and ask for that energy the night before, because I think that could be helpful for you. Yeah. All right. Okay, that was good. Hold on 1 second. So I feel like spirit skirted around the issue with that one. Um, so I'm happy to pray for you and for your family on this one, for a speedy recovery, for a positive outcome, and for quick healing. For healing, I always like to call in Archangel Raphael. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. What day is the surgery again? Monday. Okay. All right, my friend. Godspeed. Okay. Michael Stevens. Are you here? Hey, Lucy, how are you? All right, so what I have going on so far is I have Michael and I have Angela May, but I wanted to try to take advantage of the light before it gets too dark so that I could show you some of the stuff that I picked up while I was on my travels, if that's okay. So I'm gonna change the camera for a minute so we could do top down so that you can see what I picked up. So give me a second to figure it out. Give me a second to figure it out. Let me see here. And then, is it this one? Okay. I don't want you to get dizzy when I move the camera around. Okay, let's see. Oh, I gotta flip the camera. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, so I blew it up just a little bit. Okay. The trip was really good. We had, even though it was overcast, we had great weather. Like you cannot ask for better. Um, so it was pretty awesome. So I'm gonna show you here. I bought this box, and I saw this and I immediately thought like this would be perfect to put a deck inside. And it was carved by hand. I'll bring it up just a little bit. I can't see. Let me see. Okay, there. Okay. So you can see the carvings. It's really cool. And there were a few of these, but the reason that I chose this one is because you could tell that it was made from the same piece of wood. And some of the other ones were not like that, you know? So then it opens. See? It's really cool. And then I thought to myself, I'm going to put a deck in there. But I don't know. Let's see if a deck would fit. Oh my gosh, it totally fits. And this is an oracle. I could probably put a tarot deck in here, like a big tarot deck. That would be really cool in here. So yeah, this was one of the items that I picked up. I love handmade things. Um, so I picked up this box, and then I'm gonna get this out of the way. And I made a purchase, and you can see here she did such a beautiful job. This place right here, Real Earth Creations, she makes all the stuff in the store. Her and her husband, they look how cool this box is. My God, so cute. I'm gonna open this up. I know. Hi, Constance. How are you? I just got back from vacation. Desiree and I went to Arkansas. Oh, one fell out, but look, I bought these earrings. Isn't that cute? This turquoise, coral, and I can't remember if it was shungite. I think it was shungite. And I just, as soon as I saw it, like instantaneous, I was like, I need that. I need that. It's so pretty. Yeah, this is shungite, coral, and turquoise. Gorgeous. So I picked up those. And then I picked up a new skull. And he didn't know what it was, but when I saw this over here on the side, I was like, oh my gosh, that's Unakite. So I think that this is Unakite in pink feldspar. You see that? I think this is Unakite in pink feldspar. So this little skull had really good energy, so I decided to pick it up because it's so cute. So I got the skull. I'm gonna put the skull right there. And I'm gonna lay the earrings right here. And then, what else? All right. So this is septarian, and it was okay. I got disconnected. Let me know if you can hear me. The skull have healing properties. Well, this is Unakite, and Unakite is a great heart chakra stone because of the pink and the green. Um, so it's also, I do know that it's a great stone. Like if you're Aries, Unakite is a great stone for you. So Unakite normally is more green than pink, so that is a little unusual. Let me see if I have a different piece that I could show you. Well, I take it back because this is Unakite right here. You see it? In pink and green, just like the skull. It's cute. Okay, so this is septarian, and this was actually two pieces because you could see it was a rock and it got sliced open. So I picked it up and then I kept one half and I gave the other half to Desiree. So now we share the same stone. I thought it looked like a chrysanthemum on the inside, so I felt like, oh, I want that one. There were a lot of different ones, but this one was cute. I'll put that there. All right. Then ooh, I fell in love with this. This is petrified wood. And I have a petrified wood palm stone, but for some reason I felt like I needed this one too. So I got it. That's petrified. This is a nice chunky one. Like you could see, it's a nice chunky one. So you could feel the energy. It's really good. So I'll put that there. I don't know. I feel like in the store it felt it looked more pink. Okay, this I got so I can hang it in my workspace for protection. And it's kind of like a dream capture, but different, if you can see that. It's really cool. Hi, John. I can put you on the list. Yeah, I'll put you on the list, John. The list isn't long, but I did want to pause to show some of these things before it gets dark, because then it's not the same. All right, so I have you on the list. So yeah, so I got this dream capture for my workspace, which was pretty cool. And then over here, okay, now these pieces, this is also petrified wood, but it's in its regular form. See where this has been like polished and smoothed into a palm? This piece is still in its natural shape and it is petrified. I liked it because it was a lighter shade too. So that is petrified wood. And then look at this. Can you tell what this is? Can you guess what this is? Hi, Psalm 95. Welcome in. Oh, I think I needed to put Lucy on the list too. Lucy, I'll put you on the list. I think Lucy wanted to be on the list. All right, can you tell what this is? I'm going to take a sip of water while you guess. When I show you the other side, you're going to get it, I think. Water. No guesses, huh? Okay. Here goes nothing. Oh, they put the stickers in the wrong place. It ruined the reveal. Let me get this off. Ta-da! You see it? You see the flash? This is labradorite. Labradorite is a great stone for connecting with your intuition, Michael Stevens. You might consider a stone like this maybe to keep by your workspace when you feel like you're stuck and you want a message from spirit. It would might be nice to work with a stone like this. This one has a blue flash. A lot of labradorite has a green flash. Some has multicolor, but it's really pretty, so I'm gonna set that down right there. And I took the sticker off because I mean I already bought it. I don't need to see the price anymore. Get the rest of the goodies out. And look at this. I did not have a quartz palm stone, and this one was so clear. Like I just had to. This one is gorgeous. So I got this one. I'll put that there. I got this is shungite. I got a shungite, which I didn't have. Great for protection. So I picked up the shungite bracelet. I'll put that there. And this is a gift that I picked up for someone, which I thought was cool. See that? It says, smile. It's really pretty. I already forgot what stone that was. I picked up a new pendulum. Look how cute this is. So I like it when there's like lots of like beads there. And this is rose quartz, which I did not have. I did not have rose quartz, so I decided to get it because it's really pretty and it has a lot of, look at the shine on it. It's really pretty. So I got the pendulum. I'll put her right there. And this is these are little, and the other thing too is one store in particular had such reasonable prices because when it comes to crystals, sometimes people take advantage and they overcharge. And so because he was so reasonably priced, I wanted to support his shop. I got this to put like on a journal. That's citrine, and it's just a little charm. I got a citrine, and then um I picked up this one too, and this is amethyst. Look how pretty that is. And I just thought they were cute charms, and they gave me like cord in case I wanted to, make a necklace out of them. But I got it to hang on to put on my journal. So I picked up those, and I'll set that there. And then this right here is a piece of quartz that has been auraed. You see that? It's so shiny. And this one has been auraed. I just thought it was pretty. Really pretty. So that is that. Now I'm gonna show you the pieces that I dug out from the ground. This was not an easy task, I have to say. It was not easy at all. It's a lot of hard work. You don't know what you're getting out because everything is covered in mud. So you have no idea until you get home and you wash everything, like what you actually found. You just, you dig and you hope for the best, basically. Um, I'm gonna take, I found a bunch of pieces. Hey Sarah, welcome in. I found these pieces right here. Some of them are not bad. Like you can see, like they're pretty clear. And this is two towel. You can see that there's 2 points there. Um, some of them were chunky, and then some were really small. Now look at this. This is like amazing because look at that. Those are 3 little points. Do you see that? See how shiny that is? Like, if this had been left underground, it would have grown so beautifully. So, this is basically it. Like, we're just hunting and pecking and finding stuff in the soil and hoping that it's something cool. But it was just a neat experience. Hi, welcome in. So this is what we dug out of the soil in Arkansas when we went mining for crystals. We were at a quartz, um, at a mine, a quartz mine, and we paid like the day, for the day. And these are just some of the beauties that I picked up. And there's so many that I picked up like this. Like, and just a quick other handful here, like you could see. And some are clearer than others, some are big, some are small. But like, gosh, what an experience. Look at that one right there. Like, that's incredible. Some of these pieces are just so freaking cool. This was it was a lot of work. But it's so rewarding when you get it home and you start washing and then you realize like, oh my gosh, I picked all of this out myself. So I have a container full of those. I'll show you some of the other pieces. These were still connected to the rock, so you could see. I know it's going to be hard to show it this way, but hopefully you get the gist. If I put it there, would that be better? Like, they're so cool. And then this one is neat. You see how shiny? So what you're hoping for when you're out there looking is that one of those little facets is exposed, and if it hits the sun just right, then maybe, just maybe, you might be able to find something. It's like the coolest thing. Oh, could you imagine if it was an iceberg? This one, I felt like this one doesn't have a lot going for it, but when I put this here in my hand, like the energy that comes out of this crystal is so insane. Do you see all those sparkles? Like, it's just crazy to me. This one is pretty cool because it's bigger. See that? So neat. Get that one teeny tiny point right there. I think it's so cool. It was a lot of work, I have to say, Lori, because afterwards, like my back would look at this one. This one was a huge rock, and I took it to the guy that we met, and he sliced it for me so that it wouldn't be so heavy on the airplane. But look how cool that came out. This is a little one, but look at that point. It's so cool. And at first you pick them up and you think like, oh my gosh, like it's just it's just a rock. But no, like if once you get it and you start cleaning it, then you realize like that everything is attached to it. I have a few more pieces to show you. This is a lot of fun. And then this one to me looks like, I don't know, it's just so cool. It's just a little itty bitty thing with some points on the top. Do you see that? Those are fun. Looks like a tooth. Yeah, yeah. A sparkly tooth. Now this one was a larger stone, you could see. And they sliced it for me. The guy, his name was Jay, he sliced it for me so that it wouldn't feel like 10 pounds. The earrings would make a great birthday gift, and it's okay that it's a little late. I love that, Karen, but look at the other side. Do you see that? Like, this is my second favorite piece. I'm about to show you the first piece, the last piece. But this one is, it just so special. And this was a larger rock. I found 7 rocks like this. I found 7 rocks like this. I gave 4 to Desiree, and then I held on to 3. The guy chopped up 2 of them, and then the last one, where are you? Oh shoot, I left it in the other room. Hold on, I'm gonna go get it. This is the last one. Do you see how gigantic this is? And it's hard, this one, because all the stones are in, all the crystals are inside. But here you can get a closer look. Do you see how the crystals are forming on the inside there? And then here there's just like little itty bitty crystals. These are larger ones. Like this one is super cool. Look at that little point right there. The nice part about this piece is that it stands up, so I plan to take this one to work. There's a little crevice here with some crystals. Here you have a little bit of a window, but also there's all kinds of little points growing here. Oh, I wish you could see this. It's so cool. Hi, Victor. How are you? Victor, I was just talking about you. Um, because Eunartha has a request for nuking for a procedure on Monday. So I told her, to go into Truth Wave and we could send energy. So yeah, this piece is my number 1 favorite piece. I almost left it behind because it was so big and my bag was so heavy. It was really hard, but then I was like, I have to bring it. I have to bring it. So I left everything else, but I brought this one with me. It's super cool. So that is it. 4 hours, and that's what I walked away with. Totally worth it. Totally, totally worth it. All right, so I'm gonna bag up my goodies. I just wanted to show you that while it was still daylight, because then it gets dark and you can't see it as well. And I wanted everybody to see. Karen, I like instantaneous. I saw these and I was like, must have. Oh, I have not yet cleansed any of these. I need to do that. I did work on the quartz crystals. I washed them all, like I washed them over there, but I washed them again today. They still had a lot of sand and grit. Such a neat experience. So good. All right. So I'm gonna pause the camera for a minute, turn us back around, and then we'll jump back into readings. Yeah? I think I showed what I had for today, so I'm gonna flip us around. Okay. I'm only turning off the camera because I didn't want it to be too, like, you know, too crazy. Oh, hey, how are you? How are you? Let me see. Move this out of the way. All right. Okay. And there, I'm gonna turn that back. Oh, I gotta flip the camera. Cha. Okay. You were looking at my curtain. Sorry, friends. All right. All right, everybody. So, yeah, that's what I brought back. That's what I could fit into my bag. My bag was, not only was it so heavy, but also like I was to capacity. Like I was like 0.2 pounds away from my weight limit on my luggage and on my carry-on. It was insane. So I was really grateful that we met that guy that had the saw and he could cut some of the stones so that they wouldn't weigh as much and I could still carry them home. The blue rock stands out. Oh, the labradorite. Yeah, because that's great. That's such a great stone for connecting with your third eye and with your intuition. It's awesome. Okay, my friends. So let's see. Earlier, I read for Ashish and I read for Eunartha. So we have Michael Stevens. So I have Michael Stevens, Angela May, John, and Lucy. That's what I have on the list as of right now. I took a screenshot of the earrings. Maybe I have some similar beads to make you a pair. Okay, yeah, they're so pretty. I have Labradorite too, and I bought one that had like a quote unquote pink flash, but it's so hard to get the flash to show up. I was just like, oh, but yeah, that's how it is. Oh, Alvin, I appreciate you. All right, so the next person, Michael. Michael, tell me again your question, please. Tell me your question, please. While you tell me your question, I'm gonna show you. Do I have it here? I'm gonna see. All right. Both of these are labradorite, but they're different. Do you see that? So this one has like a blue flash. There, you can see it really good there. This one is super cool. Okay, so that's one. This one has like a pinky purple flash, but it's so hard to get it. Let's see. You can kind of see it there a little. I'm trying to get it away from the glare of the light. But hopefully you can see a little bit there. Right there. So yeah, you see it easy, yeah. So those are my two lamps. Um, and it's nice because it lays down like this, but it also stands up like this, like a little flame. So I'll keep them here next to us for our readings tonight. Okay, so we're reading for, okay, will I make up my mind on what I'll write about for June? For June, that's a yes no question, Michael. That's a yes no question. What are the options? What are the, do you have options? Like, do you need to make a choice between two different ones? Tell me, tell me what you think. Do you have like, do you have a couple of options, a couple of ideas? You can't make up your mind. Let me think. All right, let's use the Quiet Rebel. We're going to use the Quiet Rebel, and maybe if you see making the purple origami star. Oh, that's so cool, Karen. That is so cool. Purple's my favorite color. All right, so this is for Michael Stevens. Michael Stevens, I was gonna write about who is your favorite mood booster? Do you feel constricted by gender norms? And are you too judgmental? All right, so Michael, let's pull a card for each of those. Okay? Let's pull a card for each of those and see what comes out. And then maybe we could decide. That'll be fun. What do you think about that? Okay. All right, so option number one was your favorite mood booster. Okay, what is the energy around that topic? Favorite mood booster. All right, so we have the card for mood booster. Okay, so the second idea was around gender norms. Okay, what if he wrote about gender norms? What would be the energy around gender norms? Oh, interesting. So far, all majors are coming out, Michael. All right, so the last option is, are you too judgmental? Are you too judgmental? What would be the energy around that? All right, so we have 3 cards for 3 options. Like immediately, I want to gravitate towards one of them just based on the card and the initial feeling that I got when I read the options. So for the first option, it was if you should write about the mood booster, your favorite mood booster. I got this card, and to me, this is like an instantaneous yes. This is the Chariot. It's the wild ride. And just that look of joy on her face, um, like coming into the finish line. I just feel like that could possibly be very well received by people because it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So that's my feeling on the first one. The second one is, do you feel constricted by gender norms? I got the moon for that. And you can see the shadow assassin. That's this card. And I totally get that because this type of article or blog post, I forget which it is that you do, article is the type of article that could perhaps like bring up shadows for people, bring up feelings, bring up things that people need to work on. But because of that, like people don't always like it when you call them out on their shit, right? So you could deal with a little bit of that. So that's what I'm getting with this card right here, the Shadow Assassin. Okay. And then the last one is, yeah, I agree, Laura B. It has awesome energy. And I think I saw Teresa earlier. Is she in here? I think I saw Teresa earlier. I'm sorry. The chat is going by fast. So if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. But welcome in and thank you for being here. And I'm happy to be back. All right. I got booped twice from my own live. So my app keeps shutting down and I have to keep restarting it. So sorry about that. Okay, the last one, Michael Stevens, was, are you too judgmental? Now, for this one, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nest Maker. I gotta think about this. Trista ID'd Snape? What? So this is the Nest Maker for the last one. Are you too judgmental? The Queen of Pentacles is like, it's about abundance. It's about, this is the energy that's very grounded, very loving, very nurturing, very supportive. And I don't know that I'm getting a yes. Even though like the first card said yes, I agree, Laura. I don't know that I'm getting a yes for this one. Because I kind of get the feeling with this nest maker that this person like wants to, this person is like the grand host. They just want to do everything right, go with the flow, don't rock the boat is what I'm getting. So I feel like this is a no. But I feel like the first one is the yes. And this one, like you might be surprised by the result. I'm sure that there's data and metrics behind, like after you publish the story, the analytics, right? I feel like this might leave you, I feel like this could be more successful, the first one. And the first one was your favorite mood booster. So just based on this reading, that's what I'm gonna go with. But I'll tell you, when I saw your question, I felt a sensation in my tummy for the first option. So hopefully that helps you. Tell me what you think. She was here. She's the one who let us know Alan Rickman was Snape in the. Oh yes, I saw Trista in the channel earlier. I didn't know that she had ID'd. Oh, I thought you meant that she met Snape in real life and ID'd him. Yeah. You dig it, Michael? All right. So I can't wait to read that one. Do you post these somewhere, like on Substack? Where do you post these? It would be fun to read those. It would be fun to read those. I was gonna tell Laura B, this deck is called the Quiet Rebel. It's an indie deck, so it's a little bit more expensive, but the problem is that the creator is in the UK, so not only is it a little bit more expensive, but it's coming from overseas and there's a lot of tariffs and stuff. So I'm glad that I got the deck when I got it, because now I don't know that I would be able to get it because they make it so hard with all the fees and stuff. Oh yeah, this deck has great colors, but I just like it because I feel like it's so sassy. And I feel like the artwork is very expressive. And sometimes the art, the collage style, and what she chose to put into the cards answers the question before words even come out of my mouth. So I kind of like that. And a lot of people don't like keywords, but I think that these are fun. Like the Page of Pentacles, right? The Seed Sower. I just think that's cool. I just think they're fun. So yeah. All right, so that was for Michael Stevens, and next we have Angela May. Angela May, you still here? I'm gonna shuffle the deck. It's the full moon. At some point, I want to pivot into moon readings after I finish. Let me see. Angela May, where are you? I like keywords also. Yeah, okay, Angela, you're here. You wanted to know what the news was for May. So for that deck, for that, I keep getting booped. So annoying. All right. I'm going to use I Am the Artist for your question. That was Angela May. And then after that is John. John, you still here? Yes, there it is. How long is the full moon lasting? Well, right now I'm going to read for Angela, and then you're next. And then after that is Lucy. And then after that, I may pivot and do some full moon readings, because today we have a full moon in Libra. All right, so let us see. And friends, I didn't say this before because, I always forget these things. But please, if you could remember, hit the thumbs up, help us out, the thumbs up. If you're new and you feel like the content resonates, feel free to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And I go live usually once a week on Friday, and most of the time I do readings, but sometimes I do unboxings, or sometimes like, for example, I just got back from vacation and I wanted to share some of the things that I picked up, so it depends, but most of the time I end up doing readings. I was going to set intentions. Okay, perfect. And if you're doing intentions, you could, like, I don't know, you could collect water, right, in a container. It has to be a sealed container. And then you could speak your intention into the water, right? Like create a little ritual space, speak your intention into the water, then put it outside in the light of the moon. The important thing is to retrieve the bottle before the sun comes up. And then once you have that, you drink it. And as you drink it, you repeat the intention to yourself. I did that before, and I spoke my intention into the water, and then I drank from that bottle every day for 30 days. And I repeated the intention, and it totally worked. So I highly recommend and encourage you to do that. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, Angela May, why is crazy things always happening to you? We have the Seven of Swords. Are you having trouble with your neighbor again? Like, this is the card of trickery. Is your neighbor acting up? Let me know. I do that every morning, but I drink the water right away. I keep the same intention for the whole moon cycle. Oh, I love that, Laura. So good. I avoided COVID by drinking moon water every day for over a week. Yeah. The numbers are interesting. Oh, I like number magic. Okay, full flower moon was 11:23 at 20 degrees in Scorpio. Popular time to celebrate Beltane. It's May Day. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, V Live, how are you? Welcome in. All right. Angela May, are you awake? Angela May Hookings, come back to me. Angela May, we got the card of trickery. I can't help but feel like Their shenanigans. Spoke to each other. She didn't like the boyfriend. Spoke to us. New fence. Over the new fence, she had to put up her side, mine in the front. Okay. Because didn't she damage your fence last time we spoke? So she ended up having to put in a new fence and she put it over yours. All right. You spoke to her over the fence and she doesn't like the boyfriend. Okay. So what advice do we have for Angela May? Ooh. So interesting. Hi SK. Yeah, I can put you on the list. Um you have the 8 of Pentacles. So I mean this means a lot of things, but the first thing that came to my mind was patience. It's going to take time and patience um to figure out how to live in some kind of harmony with this woman as your neighbor, who we both know she's been awful so far. So spirit is definitely encouraging you to keep at it, do your share. Do not, this is what I'll say, do not stoop to their level, right? Rise above and continue doing what you do. Be polite, be friendly, but always be careful because she's tricky. I feel something in the air. That's because you have this, the card of trickery, the 7 of Pentacles. See? She reckons won't pay to sort. She didn't like us talking to her boyfriend. Oh, goodness. She didn't like talking. She didn't like that you were talking to her boyfriend. I mean, what's this lady's deal? All right. This is confirmation from spirit. You have the 6 of wands right here, 6 of rods, right? And this is celebration. This is vindication. You are going to come out ahead in this one. So even if she's full of it, even if she comes out with something, you're gonna end up winning in this situation with her. She came, had to go over. I told her not to touch my fence unless called us liar over the fence and blamed the cats. She doesn't have anything to do. She doesn't have anything to do. You gotta be patient and just ignore her. Hi, Elvia. Welcome in. You gotta be patient. SK, I put you on the list, okay? All right. SK 8989. Okay, I got you on the list. You're gonna have, yes, how old is, that's a great question, Karen Suki. How old is this woman? Because maybe she just can't help herself. You know, some people as they get older, as they age and mature, I use that term lightly, they get a little bit fussier, they get more persnickety, right? They're more set in their ways. Maybe it's become a routine or a habit with her to come and pester you or nag at you. I'm waiting to see if you have something to add. Let me know. Well, the last card that just came out is the Tower. So it seems to me like it's gonna get worse before it gets better. But remember that with the Tower energy, even if things fall apart, it's going to put you in a position where you can rebuild in a way that is going to be much better for you. So don't let fear get in the way. I feel like there's a lot to come here. You have the Seven of Swords. That's the card of trickery. So we're starting with the card of trickery. We're ending with the Tower, right? And the advice for you is you're going to have to, give it time. You're going to have to be patient and hang in there because it is going to work out. You're gonna come out ahead on this, but it's gonna get worse before it gets better. I know you want to move. I know you want to move, but that's not possible right now. So you got to think about what you can do to help yourself in your situation right now. So hard. You have the Tower card here. But, sometimes you need that energy to come in and swoosh everything away so that you can start over again. That could be part of the message of this Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like hang in there, Angela May, and maybe we could check in again in a couple of weeks on that topic. How do you feel about that? Let me know. Clearing out when move comes. Yeah, that's the best you could do. Focus on the future. Don't don't focus on this. Focus on what's coming down the road. Today is a full moon, okay? You heard what I was saying about the water. Speak your intention into the water, put it out tonight, and then drink it. If that's the intention, I want to move, or I want to be able to have more patience to deal with this woman, or I want more insight on how to work with this person so that we can live side by side, at least temporarily, until I figure out what my next step is. You know, it could be anything. I'll let you think about that. I'll let you think about that. All right. So that was for Angela May. Okay. So we're on to John. John, are you still here? I have John, and then I have Lucy, and then I have SK. John, let me know what you wanted me to read on. I thought it was too easy when we spoke to her. Wasted breath. Sometimes you spoke with the sun too. Wasted time. Yeah. All right, John, let me know what your question is, my dear. And then I'll choose a deck. Oh, the spells, that's right. Will the spells be successful? I didn't do them. Okay. Now, I don't know what kind of spells these are, okay? For this question, I'm going to use Quiet Rebel. But, and I think that you may already know this, but like when you dabble in spell work, that energy can come back to you, okay? So I'll just leave it at that. And we'll pull some cards and see what the energy is around that, okay? Okay, so let's clear the energy. Okay. All right. I know your son is so sweet. All right. Will the spells be successful? That's a yes, no question. Will the spells be successful for John? Are the spells successful? Will they be successful? All right, I meant to pull one card, but one card fell out. I have to look at the second card. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So I don't, you could read these cards one way or the other, okay? Will it be successful? This could be a yes, it could be a no. Part of me feels like when I look at this card that the answer is no, but it could also be that you get what you want and be careful what you wish for. So I'm going to leave it open-ended for you. Here you have the Knight of Swords, the Storm Chaser. You know, traditionally, the Knight of Swords, knights are actionary figures, right? This is energy that makes you take that next step and go. But the Knight of Swords is what I would call, I mean, some people might say that this energy is the most assertive, but could also be aggressive, right? Um, Act first, think later type of energy. So you want to be really mindful of that. So that was the card that I intended to pull out, was this card, but then a second card fell out of the deck. That card is right here, the Shadow Assassin. This is the Moon card. And this is a card that says, like, the Moon card is, and it's ironic because it is a full moon tonight. The Moon card is the one that says it's time to look closer at your own reflection, look at your shadows, and see what's there. What is it that you need to look at? What is it that you need to work on? What is it that you need to integrate or heal into your life? This could also be connected to secrets. It could be connected to intuition. It could be connected to maybe dreams or interpretations. There's a lot. But when you look at these two cards together, it just feels like very heavy energy. So, you know, it could be, yes, the spell is going to be successful, but it's going to dig up a lot more stuff um as a result of it. It could be that. I don't know. I get be careful what you wish for. That's what I get with this reading. I'm going to pause there. Tell me what you think. And I'm going to say hello to New York Debs. I would like to reading and can PayPal you if I'm late. You're not late. I'm in tears. Oh, I need some kind of clarity for the future. Sorry to barge in. Okay, that's no problem. New York Debs. I got you. I think it's open-ended. It's all like the situation is this, John, because it sounds to me that that it's already done, right? You just want to know if it's gonna work or not. All right, let me get the pendulum, okay? Let me get the pendulum. All right. So let me get the pendulum. Yes, I agree with Laura because sometimes you ask for something or you put an intention into a spell, but there's so many other factors. There's so many other factors. So let's see. All right, so this is for John. Guides. This is for John. Is this spell going to work? You can't see, but I'm getting a hard yes. It is a yes. It is going to work. But I'll leave you with that caveat. That there could potentially be repercussions or next steps after this. I don't get that the spell is going to work and everything is going to, carry on or carry forward. I feel like as a result of that, it's going to cause a domino effect that's going to bring other stuff in, is what I get from this reading. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Hi there, welcome in. John, let me know what your thoughts are. It feels warm in here. I gotta put on, That always happens when I read cards. I get hot and I gotta put on the fan. Yes. Jenna. If readers keep giving you the same answer, is it likely true? Well, I'll give you my personal opinion. Each reader is different and each reader has a different style. And of course, each person is gonna pull out different cards. Sometimes you have synchronicity and they may even pull out the same cards. But I find that the cards that come out and the way that they are interpreted is relevant for the energy in that moment in time, right? So right now, this is the energy that I'm getting from this. So if you've asked other people and you've gotten similar answers, then you have to trust that that's the case. That's what's going to happen. The cards would only change if the energy around the situation changes. That could cause a shift in the cards because we all have free will. So it depends on so many different things, but I feel that if you're getting a repeat message from multiple people, then chances are that the answer is, what you think it is. Let me know. If that makes sense. It is an effect. Yes. I got a yes from the pendulum. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for letting me read for you. And I hope that everything works out in the way you have to. That's a big thing, right? When we're working with our intuition, that a lot of times we have to learn how to trust, and that's hard because we keep wanting reassurances. But, I think it's important to trust spirit. Yeah. So maybe put that into your intention, into your water when you put out your water tonight for the full moon. I trust spirit. I trust that I am where I am meant to be at this moment in time. I trust that source has my best interests at heart. Pick any one of those or create one for yourself. Okay, so Lucy, are you still here? Let's see. Yeah, trust is very hard. Okay, I don't see Lucy in the chat. SK, are you still here? That's not coming up either. All right, I don't see Lucy or SK, so I'll do your reading, Debs. What is the question that you want me to ask, my dear? Take a deep breath and tell me how I can help you. And while you're formulating your question, I'll tell Laura, I really enjoyed your live the other day. That was so, I like that. And I think it's cool to change up like, the content. I thought it was great, you know, to do something a little bit different and open it up to questions. And everybody in the chat, like everybody has their own experience and they had so many cool things to share. So it was just a neat experience. I'm glad that you did that. You're welcome. All right, beautiful Debs. Let me know. Is where I'm staying meant to be permanent? That's a yes, no question. We could do a card to stay, a card to go, and a card for advice. Do you want to do that? We could do whatever you want. But since we're talking about what to do, I feel like we need to use the Oracle of Many Paths. General for future. Okay. Yeah, card to stay put. This is for New York Debs. A card to stay put. Oop. Okay. A card to maybe expand horizons. Maybe it's time to do something different. Okay. A card for advice. Okay. I love that. So Alvin is visiting us from Italy and he's just leaving love in the chat. He's just leaving love in the chat. All right. Now, Debs. I'd get the book. Immediately, and I'm going to say this, Debs, immediately, you're not meant to stay there. You're meant to move on from there. So I'll say that first. Yes. And thank you, Alvin, because engagement in the chat helps the algorithm. So even if, we are just dropping emojis into the chat, like it helps the algorithm, push it out to, into the feed. Okay. So Debs, like I haven't even looked up the card yet, okay? But I'm gonna show it to you. That to me is instantaneously, you cannot stay there. No, not yet, Alvin. I'm 100 hours away. I'm 100 watch hours away from being full. Okay, So Debs, this is like your card for Are You Meant to Stay? And it doesn't look good, and you could see that. Okay, so that was card 59, in case you want the numerology. 59. It's the 10 of Swords. It's the 10 of Swords. Painful ending, crisis, disaster. Okay. All right, so I'm going to read to you what the book says. Oh, thank you, Alvin. It says, every path in sight has been swallowed. Going off course is not an option here. This ending might be rough, but it is not the end. You will still have many successes in the future and many more endings. So go back and take a different path. Go back and take a different path. I don't know why I said fate. Goodness gracious. It takes bravery to change course. You can overcome the current crisis. So I think that the message is very encouraging for the situation that it is, which is, as you say, a disaster zone. So that's if you stay. The other card was if you go. Immediately, this feels nice, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, hold on. Shit. It's card number 13. It's card number 13. Oh. All right. So that's a major. That's a major arcana, my friends. Okay. I mean, it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation for you. Because the first one was if you stay, the other one was if you go. You got the death card. But here's what I think, because what it says here, the key words, beginnings, possibilities. So immediately I feel like, remember that this was a 10, okay? If you stay, this is the end. So I feel like the end brings the beginning, which is why I think this death card is here. Like it gives you a chance to let something end that needed to end so that you could move on from it. That's the message. It's going to be big. It's going to be impactful. It's not going to be easy. And it's going to take time, but it's like the best option for you. Also, notice in here how there's this portal here and then this portal, and both of those are colored in, and then there's this portal, and this portal is open, and there's a path right there. Do you see that? You're not leaving the planet, my friend. You're gonna be here. I will start looking and start packing. But hold on, because we got the last card is advice. Oh, that's interesting. We got card 58, which is the 9 of Swords. Because the other one was 59. Let's go to 58. The 9 of Swords. Okay, so you know that 9 of Swords is all about like anxiety and worrying and being fearful of things. And I feel like Spirit knows that that's what's going to happen. So it's gonna give you like an option for what to do instead. What to do instead. So hold on. 58. And this is so important right now because it's like a warning, Deb. It's like a warning because it says We tend to fill our thoughts with anxiety until they totally manifest. Today's the full moon. Is that the energy that you want to manifest? So you got to reframe what's going through your mind right now and know that you're doing the right thing, that you're being led by a spirit, and it's going to give you time to find that peace and the clarity and allow you to heal and move on from whatever it is that's holding you back right now. I'm going to show you the card, the advice card, because without looking up the card, I was like, that's so beautiful. Look at that. Look at the Nine of Swords in that. It's like a river of lava. But look at that awesome gazebo right there. And you know, this is the witch's grave, it says. I'm going to read to you what it says. I'm healing now from surgery from the 3 days ago. You had surgery 3 days ago? Debs, I didn't know. Okay, hold on. This says, look, the lore says that there is a false door in the gazebo. I'm going to show it to you again. The lore says that there's a false floor in the gazebo that led down to the witch's lair through a series of tunnels. But now, here lay the 9 witches. The 10th witch was never seen. Some believe she is still alive and travels through the tunnels searching for her sisters, and that she turned the Queen of Flowers into a blue octopus. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. I feel like you have to find a way to transmute that energy. It's been rough medically for both people. Yeah, that's why. Okay. All right. That makes sense. But I'm glad that you came back, Debs, because it's important, you know, when other people know what's happening, like A, they could check in on you, but also B, they could send you positive energy and you know where to go for that, right? Like you know who is gonna be supportive and who is gonna be praying for you, lifting you up, sending good energy your way. And sometimes, like, the more people know, the more positive energy. I do believe that there's power in numbers. So I will definitely be keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. I will keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Wow, what an intense reading. I'm gonna go to, I think I'm gonna use Quiet Rebel. Okay, so for the should she stay, we got the 10 of Swords. Any additional insight for that card? That makes no sense. I pulled out the 3 of Cups, but I kind of feel like every situation, it can't be all about, you know, fun. And I feel like there's something that your current situation is providing to you right now, which keeps you there. But like with this card here, I just feel like it's not gonna last forever. Okay, a card to go, a card to change it up, a card to get out. Right here, 2 came out. Wow. So with the Death card, okay, hold on. There's an entity in the house and he got demonically attacked, but he said he woke up because I touched his nose. I was sleeping in the other room. This happened 10 years ago and I had to chase the demons away. Wow. So for the card, okay, for the card of should you go, that was the death card, right? Indicating that it was time for something new. And I went to pull out a card for clarification. I got two cards, and I'll show you the first one, the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, this tells me that there's another home with your name on it. Another home that's going to have happier memories and bring tidings of joy for you. And then the second card, the 2 of Pentacles, the beautiful mess. Because it is going to be messy to pick up and start over again, but I think it's going to be well worth it. I think it's going to be well worth it. Okay. It will not enter my room, but I hear noises at the door, and someone called my name the other night. Sounded like my dad. Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you, Debs. I wouldn't stay. You know, you might find that getting out of there, and I know that it's hard because if I remember correctly, this is the home that your husband feels a connection to, right? Yeah, she's baking. It's funny that you say that because, like, sometimes my son wants to bake and it always scares me to death because he makes such a disaster in the kitchen. And I'm always like, no, no. And then he always said, but that's the fun of it. Like, that's the whole point. And it's so true. It's so true. I do feel like getting out of there is the best thing. There is a happily ever after out there for you. I don't think it's where you're at right now. I think that needs to, you know, that needs to shift. Let me know. He freaks out because I messed the kitchen up. Yeah, that happens. That happens. I was like, how come I'm trying so hard to get water and nothing's coming out? And it's because I ran out of water. It's all ice. All right. I'm going to let you digest that for a moment. I'm going to go and refill my cup. I'm going to trust that you guys will keep each other company here while I go and do that. Full, not the full moon, full reading. Thank you, Wowzer. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so I'll be right back, you guys. All right, I'm back. Thank you, thank you. Debs, you're so cute. Hello to everyone here. And you got 0 responses. Zeros. All right. Well, I'm gonna wish you the best on this one, Debs, because this situation sounds pretty crazy. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to put this away. And Debs, like, make sure that you... Oh, Alvin wants a reading? I didn't know Alvin wanted a reading. Alvin, you wanted a reading? I'm sorry, my friend. I'm happy to read for you. Okay. Alvin is here. And... Alright, so give the deck a shuffle. This deck has awesome cardstock. And Debs, thank you for letting me read for you. I feel like any opportunity, general. Okay. Any opportunity I have to use this Oracle of Many Paths just makes me so happy because I love this deck and it's usually so spot on that I just love to use it. Okay. I'll give it a quick shuffle before I put it away, you know, just to break it up. All right, so since Alvin is a fun guy, we're going to use a fun deck. And we're going to use the I Am the Artist. I Am the Artist. Okay. Deb. All right. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the general for Alvin. But Debs, are you still here? Okay, because I just got the message that I should give you a message from your spirit guide. Is that okay? Oh, thank you, Karen. So I'm gonna pull one of these for you if that's okay. Okay. I just feel like it, right? Because this is spiritual warfare, okay? And when I was thinking about protection. When you're in spiritual warfare, you need to do whatever you need to do. You need to call in Archangel Michael, or whoever you like to work with to come, and fight for you and protect you and keep you safe. So I'll do this. Spirit guide message from Deb's spirit team. What is the message that you would like to give to Debs tonight? Because she is out of sorts. Oh my God, Debs. I swear. Surrender to the change. I mean, that's powerful. Considering what I just said to you. Surrender to the change. Remember, you had the Ten of Swords, you had the Death card. Surrender to the change. It says the art of allowing, resilience, adaptability. Think about that. The art of allowing things to happen. That's not easy because a lot of times we try to like stop things, right? To block things. But there's an art to allowing things to happen so that you could move on. Yeah, I agree. All right, so this was card number 24, in case you wanted to know the number 24. All right, change is the only constant in life. We are meant to evolve, to grow, to move forward, to revel in the poetry of existence before we complete our journey and cross over. You are meant to evolve as a spiritual being having a human experience. And so your soul needs you to experience change. Yet human beings love familiarity and certainty and have a way of hanging on to the idea of forever, even if it is unrealistic. Things are not meant to remain the same. We are all stories in motion, destined to make and unmake ourselves as we travel and evolve. Some changes are welcome. They bring in fresh air, new ideas, innovation, and new energy. In fact, you can sense it, the exhilarating call to something new. In this moment of life, you can feel a potent energy brimming with possibilities. You wanted this change, maybe for a long time, but the elements took a while to come together in your favor. Ride the magic carpet as far as it will take you. This is a time of supreme success. I mean, that says everything. I'm going to put it right here. Take a screenshot. And then put it in your phone as your screensaver, okay? You got the screenshot? Okay. And you just put it in your phone. When you feel yourself getting weak, wanting to give up, second guessing whether this is the right move, look at that. That was for you, my friend. All right, we're going to do a general reading for Alvin, okay? Alvin doesn't have a question, so since it's the full moon, we're going to do a full moon reading. Full moon reading. All right. So I'm going to pull 2 oracle cards for you. One is going to be from my moon deck, and the other one is going to be from my moon deck. I have 2, one in English and one in Spanish. So I'm going to pull one from each of the cards for you, because we have a full moon. So what is the energy for Alvin? What should Alvin be focusing on with this full moon? Maybe Alvin needs to set an intention for the next 28 days for this full moon. What could it be? What could it be for Alvin? Ooh. 2 cards came out, Alvin. And I think that they tell a story. Card number 1 is release. You see how her heart is open and she's giving up whatever it is, she's releasing it to the universe, giving it to spirit, to source, to God, to, whatever it is that you believe, right? She's giving it in. There's a scripture in the Bible, and I don't remember the words exactly, but something like God did not make you in the spirit of fear, right? To carry these types of worries, right? So you're meant to give all that up to source. And it's interesting because the second card that came out is fear. Release fear. So I'll show you that card. If there is something that has been plaguing you lately, it's time to let it go. So that is from the English deck. And now I'm going to pull a card for you from my Spanish deck. Release fear. If Alvin is releasing fear, what should Alvin be focused on instead? Ooh, la transformación. So that means the transformation. So instead, you need to, so Spirit is asking you this, release the fear and instead focus on your transformation. Look at the power in this card. Even like his robe almost looks like a rose that is opening up. That's very nice. And look at the grapes, like an emperor, right? Grapes are, for me, like a symbol of abundance. Sweet, sweet wine. Yeah, that is my reading for you, my friend. Release fear and instead focus on your transformation. Where's the little thing for that? Transformation. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay. I'm checking the keyword for transformation. This is for the month of September. Obviously, change and keywords. Change and refinement. I like that word, refinement, because, it's like the grapes. The grapes have to go through a process to make wine, right? And depending on that process is how good the wine turns out at the end. So there might be something there for you to think about. Just like you, Alvin, because you're a bartender, right? It depends on the quality of the ingredients. It depends on the expertise of the barista, how well that cocktail is going to turn out. This, two different people can make the same exact drink and one will be amazing and the other one will be like meh. So I feel like that is the energy for this reading, letting something go and instead focusing on what are the ingredients that you're working with and how you can transform it into something better. So that's my reading for you. Hopefully that makes sense. You two are so funny. I was in the kitchen listening and not in the chat, so I had no idea that you were completely ignoring me. You guys make me laugh. Oh my god. That was a great reading. I like that, Alvin. I like that for you. And you don't let me read very often, so thank you for letting me read for you. Thank you for letting me read. Oh, it's still early, 7:30. Oh, good. I'm glad. I try very hard to do the readings in a way that it gives you something to focus on and something to work on, right? All right, so let me backspace there. Okay. All right, my friends. I think that was everybody because Lucy is not here anymore. SK is not here anymore. I did read for John. I read for John. I read for Angela. For Eunartha, for Michael, for Ashish. It gives me more boost now. Oh, that's amazing, Alvin. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Oh, thank you, friend. You're welcome here anytime. Anytime. Have you done much shadow work? Yes, but I don't do it the way that some people do it. Like some people pull out like all these special decks and like okay, today I'm going to sit down and do shadow work. I don't work that way. I pull cards every day and sometimes stuff comes up in those cards that I'm like, and it makes me think twice and I end up pulling more cards as a result of that card and then I journal on everything. So I approach it differently in the sense that if there is something there, it's going to come up and I handle it in that moment. I don't wait like, oh, a shadow work time is in October, when the veil is thin and I'll work on it then. No, I just work and I feel like any deck could be used for shadow work. I don't think it needs to be a dark deck or a scary deck. I feel like you could do shadow work with, I've gotten some profound and intense readings with cartoon style decks. So, so that's kind of how I approach it. Sometimes I start the day like, oh, I may start journaling and then I pull a card and then I'm like, hold on, and I start journaling, and then before you know it, stuff starts to come up that I didn't realize I needed to think about or, express. Um, and I just work on it in that way, if that makes sense. I think that's a good idea, you know? And like some people will say like, well, I don't really know what question to ask, right? But you already know, like, in cases like that, a question deck is amazing because it gives you like a jumping off point, right? So you could do something like that. But like I said, what I like to do sometimes is I will start my journal, right? Just free flow. And then things come up, believe it or not. Things come up in that, and they say even if you feel like you have nothing to say, even if you get your journal out and you write, I have nothing to say, I can't believe I'm doing this is so silly, I don't really have anything, you just do that for, I don't know, like 2 minutes or whatever, things will come up. It's called like automatic writing. Things will come up. I pray for clarity on the porch crying and come in and Elizabeth tells me point blank like it is. Aww. I think I need a journal with prompts maybe. Karen Suki, I bought one. I totally bought one. There's a few different ones. Um, I bought one and I loved it so much, and then I ended up gifting it to my daughter. And it's just a little journal, and it's called a 5-year journal, right? And every day there's a question every day, and you answer that question. It gives you a few lines, and then you go through the journal, and then like the next year you restart it, and there's enough in there for 5 years. And so you could look at the same question and kind of see your growth and your journey over time and look back on things kind of like a time capsule. I thought it was super cool. And I bought one and then I ended up giving it to my daughter for her birthday. She told me she's using it, so we'll see. I'll put after the live, I'll put the link in the description box in case you want to take a look at it, because it wasn't that expensive. I want to say it was like $5 or $10. So and it has a question. Yeah, it has, every day it gives you a question. Every day it gives you a question and then you write in, and it's meant to be super simple, super simple. And then you go through it, and then the next year, obviously, when you restart it, right, you would go like, okay, May 1st, 2027. You would see what you wrote the year before for May 1st, 2026. It's a cool concept, I think. It's called the 5-year journal. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember, last year I did a hermit journal. And that one had a prompt every single day, and it gives you like 3 lines, and then you would fill it in for those 3 lines. Oh, Teresa was here earlier. Yeah, she does the daily journal prompts. Yep. So you could do that. Also on Instagram, there's people that do challenges. So like it's like a 30-day challenge, and every month they change the theme. And then you could print it out, right? And then you have your theme for 30 days, and then you could use that journal prompt for, for whatever the theme was for that month. And it's super cool. I've done it before. There's a lady that does one, and instead of a prompt, she gives you a word. And then and then you journal about that word and what that word means to you. Um, so I really like hers. She's on Instagram. And I could share her link also in case. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be shadow work. I think whatever needs to come up will come up if you open, if you open yourself up to it. I'll share those links for you. I'll put it in the I don't know if I'll do it today because it's card night. But I'll put it in the description box so that you could um take a look. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I guess if there's nobody else in the chat that would like a reading, I'm trying to ditch my shadow. Yes. Yeah. How funny. How long have we started streaming 2 hours ago. Okay. I was like, how long have we been on? 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 2 hours ago. That's pretty good. And I'll be back in a little while for card night. That's always a lot of fun. It's hard to believe that was 2 weeks ago. We didn't wear you out today. No, today was kind of nice. In fact, maybe I'll sit with my journal for a little while. I haven't done that yet today, so that'll be nice. That will be nice. Awesome. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for coming by, for hanging out, for spending time, for letting me read for you, for looking at all my crystals and all the things I picked up on my trip. This was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna sign out for now, and I'll be back in 7, 8, 9, a couple of hours for cards and meditation, like I like to call it. Some you time. Oh, I love you too. Thank you so much. And everybody have a great night, and I'll see you a little bit later. Bye bye.